Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego here in the Panhandle of Florida with Mrs. Diego, Mrs. Ross, and we got married on the K-1 visa. We've been through this visa process. Karina has never been through this visa process, and this is my second time, and this time is forever. I'm not going to do it again. This K-1 visa channel is for you guys, okay, out there around the world that don't know how to process a K-1 visa. And if you have questions about how to get a green card, U.S. citizenship, spousal visa, green, whatever, K-1, I'm here for you. I can write the book on how to get a K-1 visa. I've been through the process twice over the last 9 years, so I have got the School of Hard Knocks. I got information here for Juanita if she is watching on the email address to get the presidential letter from Colombia for the U.S. Embassy. If you are a Venezuelan citizen, if you are from Venezuela and you have lived in Colombia, you got out of communist Venezuela, you want to live in freedom in Colombia, and you've been there for 6 months or longer, and you get engaged to a U.S. citizen, there's a good possibility that the U.S. Embassy will ask you for a letter from the President of Colombia. And we have the email address here. It's very easy to get. Don't stress it. It's easy to get. And we got it right here. And Maria Guevara Acosta, saludos.
Hola, María.
Hola, Maria, ¿cómo estás? How is your day? ¿Cómo estás? Tu día bien.
José Manuel.
Sí, Maria, en Bogotá, Colombia. Clima bien en Bogotá, clima bien o frío, lloviendo. En mi mente, lloviendo. Aquí, frío en Florida. Frío. Pero mucho sol. Okay, guys, we are here to answer your questions. I got my Colombian Hard Rock Cafe t-shirt on. And Karina's got her purple sports top on. And I got my Venezuelan hat on in recognition and support for the beautiful people living in Venezuela. I'm sorry about your government, okay? Your government sucks, but we are here for you. Now, I also have the list of the new income requirements for 2024. And the last time I had the live stream going on, somebody asked me a question, what's the income requirement for a family of, what was it, 8? I think it was, a family of 8. I can't remember, but a family of 8 at the embassy, you got to make $52,720. And when you go for the green card in the United States, you got to make a minimum of $65,900. And let's see, Jacob Wisdom. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Ross. Jacob, what's going on? Remind everybody where you guys are living. Where are you at? What country are you in? I get lots of questions from folks, but I don't know how fast is the embassy? How fast is this? How quick is this? But if you don't tell me what country, it's hard for me to answer the question. Chuck Norris. Well, hey, Chuck Norris. Hey, Diego, can my fiance ask for the medical results back once she brings it to the interview? No. Or do they stay with the medical exam results at the interview? Yes. The medical exam results stay with the consular officer, and they get put in a package, and it gets secured and taped up and everything, and you can't have access to it. But you can always ask the civil surgeon in whatever country you live in your case, the Dominican Republic, and ask them for a second copy in a sealed envelope. It's got to be in a sealed envelope. And Karina, when she checked into immigration in Miami at the Border Patrol, they took her package, they took her medical exam, they took everything. So I got her a new medical exam done in Pensacola, and it was easy. Just means getting in the car, driving over to Pensacola, redoing the medical exam, and paying the fee. Marcel, MP. Hi, Diego and Karina. Congratulations on your wedding. Well, thank you.
Gracias.
And I saw the video. I'm so happy for you guys. Well, Marcel, we're glad you watched the video. I didn't have a lot of, it was mainly pictures, okay? I didn't put a lot of video B-roll in there, a lot of content in the videos, but just pictures, okay? Because my brother made the video. And he has the video on his camera, and I'll get it tomorrow from him. And Chuck Norris wants to bring the medical results with his beneficiary to the United States. It goes in the sealed package. The consular officer will take the medical exam and take it, and you'll never see it again. Okay? If you want a second copy, ask the civil surgeon. And that's Dominican Republic, that's Colombia, it doesn't matter. Let's see. KJB, hello, Diego and Karina have emailed my embassy in Sierra Leone twice. Okay, that's in Africa, right? West coast of Africa. And just checking in after seeing already status 1 versus 8. Vice no response. It's been 2 weeks. Send them another email once a week. Check in with them. And then one day they're going to respond to you when they're not busy. But you got to keep maintaining contact with the immigration, whether it's at the NVC or with the embassy. Proof of that continued contact keeps your NOA2 letter from expiring. Okay. Let me see. Marcel, Diego, guess what? Diego, guess what? I picked up my package and passport with the visa at the post office and the sealed envelope that was not supposed to be opened and got a small tear in it. It's got a small tear. It's what you meant to say, right? It's got a small tear. Okay, well, get some of this, get this, and fix the tear. Let me see. I took the pictures of it and sent an inquiry to the embassy. Okay, you can do that. Hopefully, I don't have to send the package back to get resealed. No, it got torn in the mail, right? That's what happened. So seal it. When you look at the tear, it does show that it's impossible for you to have opened that package, right? It's absolutely impossible that you opened that package and took those papers out of there, right? It's just a little tear. So just reseal it with some tape. Chuck Norris, thanks, Diego. I'll tell my fiance to tell the agent at the interview to give her a copy of the results. If they don't give her a hard time, I'll just tell her to do another medical exam in Santo Domingo. Yeah, get two. One for you for the green card application and one for the embassy, because the embassy is going to take it. All right, that's why it's in a sealed envelope. They're going to take it, and they're going to look at the results. KJB, I tried paying the visa fee with the confirmation number on the DS-160. It didn't work. Will the MVC be the one to provide the invoice number? Yeah, the MVC will provide you with the invoice number. You got to send them an inquiry and ask them for it. Explain what you tried to do. Explain you tried to use the confirmation number from the DS-160 and ask them for the invoice number at the NVC. Okay. And Jacob Wisdom, as in Jamaica. Okay. Let me see. Francois Livingston from New York, upstate New York, where it's snowing. Right? Isn't it snowing up there? Good evening, Diego and Karina, from all the way from upstate New York. What's going on, Francois? Bonjour, comment ça va? And Life in North Carolina says hello from Greensboro, North Carolina. We're glad to see you here from North Carolina. And hello, Francois. Chuck Norris, or better yet, have her do a new medical exam when she arrives in the U.S. for the green card. That's what we did. You know, we jumped in the car. First, I set an appointment. I said, hey, make sure that you got to do it with the civil surgeon who's approved by the State Department in the United States of America. Okay. When Karina did her second medical exam, the doctor is certified by the U.S. State Department as a medical examiner for visas and green cards. Okay. Let me see here. Marcel, yes, it has a tear. I was scared to put tape on it, but I will. Yeah, just tape it up. Just get some tape and tape it. Okay, no big deal. Marcel, sorry, it's my keyboard. I understand what you're saying, Marcel. I know exactly what word it is you said. And Ramon Gallardo, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Ross. How are you guys? Ramon, we are good. We're good. What did we do today? We went to Walmart. We had a big day in Walmart today. We had to stock up on food. And Karina likes Mountain Dew. So now I got to buy twice as much Mountain Dew. But that's okay. Because in Colombia, they don't sell Mountain Dew. I guess it's banned over there. I don't know. But Karina discovered Mountain Dew. And now she drinks it just as much as I do. Ramon Gallardo, I emailed the U.S. Embassy in Bogota for the instructions. Okay, give them time. You send them an email for the packet 3, packet 4 instructions, right? In the email subject line, you put your beneficiary's name, case number, and date of birth, right? You got to do that. If you want the U.S. Embassy in Bogota to respond to you, you got to put the case number, your beneficiary's name, and her date of birth. And let me see here. Ross Lee says, I skipped his question. Well, let's see. Let me see. Ross Lee, Diego, do you have any idea about how long the embassy in Bogota usually takes to send the packet 3 after SEAC shows ready? I did 14 days. It was about 11. It was 11 days for us. But they ask you to be patient, and usually the average is 14 days. So there you go, Ross. I answered your question for you. Give them 2 weeks, okay? Let me see. Marcel, it's not big enough to take the documents out. You are right. And yes, it got the tear when in transit. Just tape it. Immigration will know that you did not take it out of the packet, okay? You cannot take it out. So just tape it. So Ramon, wait about 2 weeks before you get a response from the embassy in Bogota. They're busy, okay? They're busy. Packet 3, yeah, Ramon, I know exactly what the question was. Ruth Rader, hi Diego and Karina, congratulations. Thank you, Ruth. So happy for you guys after the long wait. Waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I waited here in Florida for a year. I waited in Bogota, Colombia with Karina for 11 months and 5 months and 2 months. It's a long process. Finally, you guys are married, and together we are. We are married, and we are putting together Karina's green card application. Okay, so that's going to requires a lot of work. And I made a video on how to put together a green card application, how to do it. And next month, I'm going to file for her green card. Not this month, because I want to have at least a month's worth of bills coming in with her name on it. The gas bill, the trash bill, the water bill, the light bill. Okay, evidence of living here with me. This is her house too. Is receiving bills in the mail. Let's see. And Ross Lee, I hope I got your answer to your question for you. And Ramon Gallardo, I was ready January 4th. Okay, so January 4th. So they're busy, Ramon. They're busy. Give them till the end of this month. And then February 1st, if you haven't heard from them with the packet 3, packet 4, send them another email. And it was a long wait, Ruth Rader. Ross Lee, you skipped my question. I got you now. And Marcel, how is Karina liking Florida? ¿Te gusta Florida?
Sí, sí.
Are you guys visiting the Disney parks? No, Disney parks, no. It's like 6-hour drive, 7-hour drive to the Disney parks. And it's January. And it's freezing cold. It's so cold. I mean, who wants to be freezing standing in line to ride at Disney World in the middle of January? It's too cold. Even though it's in Central Florida, in Orange County, it's cold in Orlando. So we're going to skip that for right now. And I don't know how much it costs to get into Disney World. I've been to Disney World about 3 times. But when I went to Disney World, it was like $10 and then $50. So I don't know how much it is to get in there. Ross Lee, SEAC shows me ready since December 19th. Okay, I've emailed several times, but no response. Okay, send another email, Ross. And in the subject line, put your beneficiary's case number. And have you submitted? You submitted the DS-160, right? Have you done that? Maybe not, because you're waiting on the packet 3, packet 4. You got to wait till you get that before you really want to do anything. Let me see. So Karina likes Florida. She loves Florida. She doesn't like this cold weather. It's like 38 degrees outside. So she's freezing cold. It's warmer in Bogota. Bogota, the weather's much nicer there than it is here. But we're in northern Florida, Now in Miami, it's nice and warm. Ruth Rada of Ramon Gallardo. Thanks, Maureen, as always. No problem. Ruth Rada, Diego, my fiance medical is finally done. Good. Now he's trying to get a visa interview, but there's nothing for K1. The only thing to pick is C1. No, you don't want a CR1. CR1 is for spousal visa. Did he fill out a DS-160? Did he fill out a DS-160 and submit that, or a DS-260? The DS-260 is for a spousal visa. DS-160 is for the K1. Ramon Gallardo, Karina Tienen, Harina Pan in Walmart. Yeah, she looked for bread, and we bought all kinds of bread in Walmart. We bought this kind of bread. We bought bread for sandwiches. We bought bread for Dunkin' in coffee. It was great. We had a good day at Walmart. And guess what? I checked it out myself. I showed Karina how to do this self-checkout. So we're doing the self-checkout. You know, we got the bananas, and you got to put the bananas on the scale, and then you got to select what you're weighing, and it says bananas. You hit bananas, and it tells you how much it costs. Pretty easy, you know. So basically, I work for Walmart now. I wonder if they'll send me a 1099, you know, for all of the checking out I've been doing. And Ross Lee, go ahead and contact the embassy again. Okay, keep once a week. And Ramon, we found the bread. Karina found the bread. Andrew Bryan, what's up, Diego? I just turned in my adjustment of status. Okay, I came here a few months now from Jamaica. Well, congratulations, Andrew. Welcome to the United States of America from beautiful Jamaica. We're glad you're here, and I hope you put a strong green card package together, nice and strong. Lots of pictures of your wedding, lots of pictures of you with your friends and family in the USA, and etc. Don't forget your marriage certificate, your I-94, and your biographic page of your passport and all that jazz. Andrew Bryan, I'm in Michigan. It's so cold here. That's why we're in Florida. And it's cold here, but it's probably 10 times as cold in Michigan, right? Michigan's freezing. You got snow on the roads, probably. JD, hello, how are you, Diego and Karina? We are good. From Washington, coming Florida, Naples. You're going to Florida, Naples, Florida? That's on the southern west coast. With my wife on February 4th. Want to meet you if possible for you to come to Naples just in case during that time. Well, Naples, Florida is about a 10-hour drive from here. It's a long way. Florida's a big state. Florida's got 2 time zones, Eastern and Central, and we're in Central time. We appreciate the offer, but that's a heck of a drive. And for us, and Karina is still getting used to being here. But I know it's warm in Naples, Florida, and I got a couple of friends that live there. They got great restaurants in Naples, Florida. Lots of good restaurants. Ross Lee, no, DS-160 because I don't have the packet 3. Gotcha. Yeah, wait for the packet 3 email, Ross Lee. When you get it, then you can submit the DS-160. Then you can pay the visa fee. Then you can schedule the visa interview and the biometrics. It's boom, boom, boom. It's that quick. Furious Ram, hey, Diego, my co-sponsor has got their W-2 for 2023. Okay, but not the tax transcript. Got to have the tax transcript. Can my fiance bring just a W-2 to the interview on January 30th? No, it won't be sufficient. You'll get a 221G administrative hold while they wait for the tax transcript. See if you can get the 1040. Do you have a copy of the entire tax return? So you filed your taxes, right, for 2023, right? Do you have the 1040 and the copies of the tax return? If you that will be fine, because it's probably too early to get the tax transcript. It's too early. The IRS hasn't even processed your tax return yet. But get a copy of the 1040s and all the the documents that go with it. Furious Ram, you heard me, right? Get that 1040. You got to get it. You got to have that 1040. It's too early to get the transcript. ECAS, my fiance and I have one daughter, but after our daughter, we have our own life apart and now come together to raise our daughter. And now we have twin daughters. Woohoo! What do you think? Is this an interview question? No, not at all. Immigration They just want to see that you're in a relationship, that your relationship is real, that you are a U.S. citizen, that your income is sufficient for your family size. They want to ask questions like that. Ruth Rader, yes, you already filled the DS-160. Okay. So now you got to look for an opening for a K-1 interview. What country, Ruth? Let me know what country. Marcel MP, Diego, the self-checkout at Walmart made me a proficient cashier. Very good. That's good. Yeah, I'm pretty quick. I try to help. I try to go through the cashier as much as possible so they keep their job. But today I wanted to show Karina how to work the self-checkout. And let me see. Aquarius, hello. Would it be a problem if the beneficiary's passport expires in 6 months? Yes, it's a problem. When you file the I-129F, yes. Would that cause an RFE? No, it just means you won't get your K-1 visa. Got to get a new K-1, got to get a new passport. The beneficiary will get a new one soon before the NOA-2 comes in. You're good. Get a new passport, you're good to go. Now, Aquarius, you got to remember when you fill out the DS-160, you got to use the number from the new passport. If you use the number from the old passport on the DS-160, you're going to get a K-1 visa denial because the passport number won't match the passport. Okay? Very important. So you're good. You're good, Aquarius. Ruth Rader, what happens if his first appointment was canceled because the medical was extended due to sputum? Then you just reschedule. Sounds like your benefit. Sounds like the Philippines. Is your visa being processed through the Philippines? Just get the sputum test done and then reschedule the exam, the visa interview. It happens all the time in the Philippines. Andrew Bryan, yes, we just got a strong adjustment of status. We put a strong AOS together. And yeah, snow outside. I hate the snow. Now, don't use the word hate. I don't like that word. It's too vicious, okay? Just say, you don't like the snow. I don't like snow, okay? I don't like sleet. I don't like cold weather, okay? And that's why we live in Florida. But it's still cold. It's 38 degrees. I'm like, serious. Karina's like, man, it's warmer in Colombia, in Bogota. Marcel MP Diego, temperature here is at 16 degrees. My condolences. You got to put gloves on, right? Ooh, it's cold. Ruth, now that it is clear there's no appointment for interview, always no appointment. Keep looking. You're going to get an appointment. You just got to keep looking twice a day. You'll get one. KJB, hey Diego, I filled in and submitted my DS-160 already, okay? Or after getting my ready status, but no packet 3 or packet 4. Is that an issue? Well, if you filled out your DS-160, okay, which country? Because in Colombia, you got to have the packet 3, packet 4 email. In other countries, you don't. You just got to have the ready status. Like in India, if you have the ready status, you can do the DS-160. Then you can go into U.S. travel docs and schedule your visa interview, pay the fees and all that, and schedule the biometrics. But in Colombia, okay, in Bogota, Colombia, you got to get the packet 3, packet 4 email first. You got to wait for the embassy to be ready for you and they tell you when they're ready for you. They send you the packet 3, packet 4 email and say, go ahead, knock yourself out. Process the visa. Francois Livingston, if you think 38 degrees is cold, it's 19 degrees here. It feels like 4 degrees. Francois, why do you live in such cold weather? I mean, there's penguins outside of your front door. There's polar bears trying to get in your refrigerator in the back door. It's cold. Ruth, Philippines. Yeah, I'm right on it, right? I was exactly right. So in the Philippines, there have been issues where the St. Luke's Extension Medical Hospital have been asking for sputum tests. Okay, it's crazy, right? But it just adds about 8 weeks to the process. But you'll get it. Okay, you'll get the visa. You know, I'm sure there's no problem with the sputum test. It'll come back negative. Furious Ram, thank you, Diego. My daughter gets disability. Okay, no problem. But I mean, that's good that she's being taken care of. But it goes to my bank account. Do I add that to the I-134? If so, where? That's income. Is it taxable income? If it's not, you know, you could Do you include that on your tax return? Furious Ram, the disability income, is it tax-free or do you include it in your tax return? Do you get a 1099 from the government for your disability, for your daughter's disability? If you don't, if it's not taxable, on the I-134 on page 13, you can put in the remarks block, you know, in that way you got like areas where you can put extra information. Just type up a little blurb in there and say, I receive disability income from my daughter in the amount of this. Okay? That's where you put it. If it's tax-free and you got nowhere to, you know, you can't prove it through a 1099. But you can prove it through bank statements, right? You got direct deposit. There's your bank statements on your direct deposit. Juanita, hello, Diego and Karina. Juanita, I have got the email address for you. I've got the email address for you for the presidential letter from Colombia. Let me know if you want, if you want it. Either myself or Karina will write it down here in the where you can read it, and then you can copy it. This is the email address to get the presidential letter from Colombia, from Colombia, because you're a Venezuelan with Colombian citizenship living in Colombia, right? You might need that letter. Jermaine Shilon. Hi, Diego. I'm glad you finally united with your beautiful wife. We're right here. Took long enough, almost 2 years, right? And you have a question. Okay, what's the question? Your question is, do I need to do the DS-160 and send the package to the MVC? Send what package to the MVC? Garme Shilon. If you are in a K1 visa process, you send your K1 visa package to the lockbox in Dallas, Louisville, Texas, then it goes to the service center, whether Texas, California, Nebraska, whatever. Then they send it to the MVC. You don't send anything to the MVC, nothing, zero. You only fill out the DS-160 when your embassy is ready for you to process the visa. Got it? You got it? KJB, Sierra Leone, that's west coast of Africa. Andrew Bryan, sorry to use the word hey. Yeah, don't use that word. I don't like the snow. There you go. I don't like the snow either. That's why we live here in Florida. It's warm here in the summer. In March, it's going to start to warm up. Lozanne Alashi, hi Diego. Is it okay if after we get our K1 visa, I travel to my fiance and then enter the U.S. together? Absolutely. That's a fantastic idea. If yes, do we stand together in the same line for passport entrance at the airport? Lozanne Alashi. I was in Colombia with Karina for 2 months, finishing up this K1 visa. I accompanied Karina back to the United States from Bogota, Colombia on an Avianca flight 916, I think it was, from Bogota to Colombia to Miami. In Miami, Karina was holding on to my arm with a million suitcases, and we went through the U.S. citizenship immigration line. Do not go into the green card lane. Don't do that. If you're in a K1 visa process and you're going to be accompanying your beneficiary to the United States, you, Mr. American Citizen, Miss American Citizen, Mrs. American Citizen, will be with your beneficiary going through the U.S. citizenship immigration line. Okay? You got it? Lausanne, also, keep all of your boarding passes and receipts from the country that you visit and include that in your green card application, and write a letter in your green card application stating that you accompanied your beneficiary to the United States and here are my boarding passes. Okay? Ruth Rader, thanks a lot. No problem. Ruth, don't worry. In the Philippines, there's been lots of people that have been 6 weeks, 8 weeks waiting and having their visa interviews rescheduled because of Sputin tests. Don't worry, you're going to just means more time, okay? I was in Colombia for another 4 weeks more than I anticipated because we got a 221G, but it's no big deal. Just wait it out. And Garme Shilon, okay? You do not send anything to the MVC. Nothing. Nothing. Andrew Bryan, it's 14 degrees in Michigan. Woo! Well, that's cold, man. That's cold. And Gourmet Shillon, I live in California. Fantastic. Okay, California, great. But you don't send, you need to, if you're going to accompany your beneficiary to the United States, get in the U.S. citizenship line. And Aquarius, thank you. The super chats are coming our way. We're going to put this money towards our reception lunch at El Paso, Texas. El Paso. We had our wedding on Navarre Beach, and we went and had a reception lunch at El Paso's Mexican restaurant in Navarre. It cost me an arm and a leg. And you guys are chipping in with these super chats, okay? And we're putting that towards the reception. And Aquarius, I thank you so much for your help. No problem. We're here for you. I will be tuned in until my whole process is over. Thank you. We'll be here for you, and we're going to pull you over the finish line. Do you know if the French embassy allows petitioners at the interview? That's in Paris, France. And it's the U.S. embassy, not the French embassy. And honestly, I can't remember. But I'll find out for you. Most embassies allow the beneficiary and the sponsor to go together to the interview. I know that in the Philippines, you cannot. In the U.S. embassy in London, your sponsor has to wait outside, sit on a bench in the cold and the rain, because it rains every day in England, right? Just about. So it's going to be raining the day you go to your visa interview in London, more than likely. Bring an umbrella. You cannot accompany your beneficiary. Philippines, in England, I know you cannot. The U.S. embassy in Paris, France, I can't remember. I think you can, but I don't know for sure 100%. But Aquarius, thank you for that super chat. It's really appreciated. Okay, guys.
Yes.
Francois Livingston, I wish I had questions for you. No, Francois, just hang out. You're too early in the process. In about 3 months, you'll get your NOA2 letter, and then you're going to be full of questions. Okay, and we'll be here to help you get you to the next level. It's like a video game, right? Going through this K1 visa process, it's a video game, and you're going from level to level. And you're trying to defeat the Atari or whatever it is, the Space Invaders. And I watch the live chats to learn, right? I have done all I can for now and waiting our turn, right? Francois, you have done everything you can possibly do. Now you're waiting for your NOA2 letter. NOA means notice of action. So you're waiting for your second action letter, NOA2. When you get your NOA2 letter, okay, on the front, on the bottom right below your beneficiary's name is going to be his alien registration number. So you get your NOA2 letter. There it is. Woohoo! Fantastic. Approved, right? Come on, look under his name. There's going to be an alien registration number. That is your beneficiary's alien number. That number will go on the I-134 Declaration of Financial Support. Okay? Now, the NOA2 letter, you're going to see, it's going to say right here, it's got a 4-month window of time. It's going to say it expires whenever. From this date to this date, there's 4 months. And it's going to say it's expired. I'm blocking Karina. Sorry about that. Okay? If once you wait 30 or 60 days, send an inquiry to the NVC, say, hey, where's my case number? Your NOA2 letter gets automatically extended. Okay? So don't panic. If you feel like you're going to be passing the 4 months window, if you think your NOA2 letter is going to expire before you can schedule your visa interview, relax. You're in the same boat as everybody else, including us. Okay, my NOA2 letter expired September 6th, I think it was, 2023. And I scheduled the visa interview on October 15th for November 16th. So my NOA2 letter had already expired by the time I got to the point where I could schedule the visa interview with the packet 3, packet 4 email, all that jazz. But because I sent an inquiry to the NVC, I said, hey guys, what's my case number? It's blah, blah, blah. I sent an inquiry. And then they responded back to me. Here's your case number, blah, blah, blah. That extends your NOA2 letter. Okay? So guys, Francois, when you get your NOA2 letter, you're going to find your beneficiary's alien registration number. You need that. And you're going to see that there's a 4-month window of time before it expires. Send an inquiry to the NVC after 30 or 40 days. and we'll get you. We will get you to the next step when that time comes. And let me see. Marcel MP, the adjustment of status needs to be filed before the expiration of the K1 visa or before the 90 days. No, you got to be married within 90 days. You got to get married within 90 days. If you don't, you're going to get, your beneficiary will get a letter of deportation. If you file your adjustment of status paperwork, okay, and you got married in 91 days or 92 days or 100 days, your green card will be terminated. You got to get married within 90 days, number one. Okay. Number two, if you file your adjustment of status within 90 days before the I-94 expires, the I-94 is the 90-day window that you're now running on, not the K-1. When you enter the United States of America, the K-1 is automatically terminated. It no longer exists. You can't use it again. Okay. It's just taking up space in your passport. But what you have now is the I-94 letter, either put in your passport or electronically filed, where you can print it from the Customs and Border Patrol website. That's the form that you need. That's what you're going to write on once you get into the USA. So the 90 days is the I-94, not the K-1. K-1 doesn't exist anymore. If you can apply for your green card within 90 days, you'll get your green card a lot quicker. If you wait 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, it's going to take forever to get your green card, because immigration is going to say, well, he filed his green card application after his I-94 expired. Apparently, he's in no big hurry, so we're not going to be in a big hurry either. So it's going to take longer to get your green card. If you can file for your green card within the 90 days on the I-94, you'll get your green card a lot quicker. So get to work. Get to work. It's a lot of work putting the green card package together. Work on it day after day after day and make it nice and big and thick and lots of evidence, okay? And Aquarius, thank you for that super chat, Aquarius. We appreciate you. And I'm pretty sure that the sponsor can attend the visa interview at the U.S. Embassy in Paris, but I can't remember for sure. But I'll find out for you for the next live stream, which is going to be when? Monday, right? Larry Piercy, it's cold here too. Ooh, it's cold here, Larry. Wandering Juanita. Okay, Juanita, let me see. Let me go ahead and give you the email address, Juanita, for the presidential letter for Colombia. You are Venezuelan with Colombian citizenship, living in Colombia, and you might need the presidential letter. And so this is the email address, okay? And Corinne is going to make sure I don't mess up because my eyes aren't the greatest. This is the email address for you, Juanita. PRESIDENCIA.gov.Colombia. Okay. Is that correct, mi amor? Okay. Now, Juanita, can you see that email address that I just punched up there? Can you see that? That's what you're going to send an email to, and I'll explain to you 1 second what you got to write in the email. Big Mitch, super chat from Big Mitch. Man, we're getting closer and closer to getting this wedding lunch paid off from you guys. We love you guys. Big Mitch, NOA 1, March 18th, 2023. NOA 2, December 6th. That's quick. Ready status, December 26th. Packet 3, Packet 4, January 18th, which was a couple of days ago. Thanks for all of your help, Diego. Big Mitch. We are so happy for you. You followed the channel. You followed the advice, and you knew exactly how to do the process. I took you out of the land of confusion and put you into the land of I know how to do this, and you got all of your stuff done. High five. And thank you for that super chat. We appreciate that.
Yes, yes.
And Wandering Terrier, you're in the United Kingdom, right? I wish it would stop raining here. Wandering Terrier, I'm correct in saying you are in the United Kingdom, right? When you say you wish it would stop raining here. And Ivis Ordonez, hi Diego, I have a remote job. Can I continue working during the adjustment of status process? Sure, obviously, yes you can. Or could it impact my residency application? No. IVIS. If you're working remotely, okay, and you come to the United States and you're still working remotely for your company in your mother country, as long as you pay the taxes to that country, that government, right? Pagar la impuesta is correct. Pay your taxes. Okay, the U.S. government's not going to have a problem with you doing that. Okay. Larry Piercy, June 27th, 2023, filed. Let me see. I don't want to miss that. Filed the I-129F. When should we hear from NOA 2? So he filed June 27th. Things are moving faster. So let's see. I'm going to give you a good close estimate here of, let's say, March to April 2024. So in about 2 or 3 more months. Same for Francois Livingston. She should be hearing from immigration soon also in 3 or 4 months on her NOA 2. March or April. The end of April, probably the longest you'll wait. Lee Kirkula, hi Diego, I got my NOA 2 on August 22nd, okay. And still waiting on the NVC welcome letter, okay. Do you know if it's taking forever to get the welcome letter from the NVC? It depends on what country you are applying for what country does your beneficiary live in? If the country is busy, like Colombia is busy right now, let me see. The Mexico is busy right now. If they're busy, they're going to wait on. They won't send you a welcome letter. It could take 60 days. It took 119 days for me to get the welcome letter from the NVC. I got my NOA 2 letter, May 30th, 2023. 119 days later, I got the welcome letter from the NVC. But I had sent an inquiry to the NVC at the 90-day mark, at the 85-day mark, right in there, to make sure my NOA 2 letter didn't time out. So I sent the NVC an inquiry that extended my NOA 2 letter, and then 119 days I got my welcome letter. But they're getting faster now. It's between 60 days. I've seen 60, 70 days. Lindsay Dorr, hey, Mr. Diego, if someone crossed the border to get into the USA, do you think that's going to affect the I-130 application because he's waiting to the NVC? Okay. If your beneficiary crossed the border into the United States illegally without getting a face-to-face interview with a Border Patrol officer, without being issued an I-94, okay, without being issued, without being given parole into the United States, it's a problem. Okay, because when you apply for the green card, you're going to have to include the I-94 parole document in the green card application. If the person was arrested by Border Patrol officers for sneaking in across the border without parole, without an I-94, that's going to be in a computer somewhere. So it's a possibility there's going to be a problem there. I'm not an immigration attorney. Obviously, I can't give you any legal advice, but it could be. Marcel, thank you for the explanation. Diego, you're welcome. Let me see. And Juanita, did you get that email address I just put out there for you? That's the email address to the President of Colombia, his secretary. When you fill out the email, when you write the correo electrónico, when tú escribes tu el correo electrónico para Presidencia de Colombia, is good? You must say in the email, this email is for immigration processing for a spousal visa, K-1 visa for the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia. Okay? You put your full name, your passport number, your case number, your invoice number if you have it. You must upload a copy of your Colombian cedula, your Venezuelan cedula, and your Colombian passport biographic page. So Juanita, if you're gonna need a presidential letter from Colombia, you got to upload your Colombian cedula, your Venezuelan cedula, and your biographic page of your Colombian passport. If you have a Venezuelan passport, you can upload that too, the biographic page. And then you write a letter to the president, the secretary, and say, I'm in a visa process for spousal K-1, whatever. And the U.S. Embassy requires a presidential letter. The president of Colombia's secretary will process it. You will get an email copy to you, to your email address, and the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia will get the original email. You'll get the copy. You print that and then put it somewhere ready to upload to the embassy if they ask for it. Okay? I just saved you a big headache and probably a month of processing time. Mackenzie Owens, we got the visa. Thank you so much for all your advice. Now, you said sir. Mackenzie, my dad is sir. Okay, I'm Diego. Okay, I'm not sir, I'm Diego. Okay, I wasn't an officer in the Navy. I was a senior chief, retired Navy senior chief. Okay, I had to put up with the officers. And if Ted's watching, I apologize. He's a colonel. But I'm not a sir. My dad is sir. But thanks for the respect, Mackenzie. And we're glad that you got your visa. And we're glad the videos helped you, right? Larry Piercy, I am going to have a lot of questions about the green card. Okay, that's why we're here, right? The application for the green card is easy. It's easy to do. Just pay attention to details. We are getting married after the 3-day Florida wait period. We did too. I would like to be prepared to file for the green card on day 4. Okay. You won't be able to do that. You won't be able to do it on day 4. Because when you get married, okay, you got to take the marriage, you got to get a copy of the marriage license. You got to get her on your health insurance. You got to get her on TRICARE. You're military, you got to put her on TRICARE. You got to set an appointment with and go get her on health insurance. You got to get, you just can't do it the next day. Give yourself 30 days or 40 days to put together a fantastic green card application. You got to put her on your electric bill. You got to put her on your phone bill. You got to get her on your internet. You got to get her on the water bill, the gas bill, the trash pickup. Okay, put her name on all that stuff, and then you got to wait for a bill to come in with her name on it. All right, and there's her name. And you're going to put that with your green card application. So hold your horses, Larry. Put a break on all that and give yourself 30 to 45 days to put together a fantastic green card application. Get her a library card. Get her a CVS card. Get her on a Sam's Club. Karina wants to go to Sam's Club, right? Sam's Club we're going to go to Sam's Club probably, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to see my brother, but we're going to do all that. I haven't filed for Karina's green card yet. I want to file it in February. I'm putting together a fantastic green card application package. You got 90 days. Do it in 90 days. I mean, you can take as long as you want, but if you do it in 90 days, you'll get your green card like that. But hold on those horses, put the brakes on, and give yourself 30 to 40 days to put together a fantastic green card application. Aquarius, thank you, Diego. I will be watching Monday. There you go. Yeah, I got to make a note for Aquarius on the U.S. Embassy in Paris. We're going to find that out. Okay, I'll find that out tomorrow. Larry, sorry for the caps. No, you're good, Larry. I'm not worried about it. Wandering Terrier, I am in the UK. Yes, I knew it. When you said it was raining, I knew you were in England. Sorry, I sent that when you were saying about taking an umbrella to the embassy. Where I am, it has been raining all day. Yeah, it rains a lot in England. I went there on vacation, and I went to England on vacation in 1996 for 30 days. It rained every day. I'm like, why am I here? But then I realized the fish and chips are really good. The Jaffa cakes are really good. The lemon curd is really good. Did I mention the fish and chips? The pickled onion, the haddock and chips, the cod and chips, the vinegar, the food, the fish and chips were awesome. And all the museums. We went to all the museums, you know. Anyway, I'm taking Karina. When Karina becomes a U.S. citizen, when she gets her U.S. citizenship, I'll get her a passport. I promised her the first place we're going to go is England for a vacation. She wants to see Big Ben and the Tower of London. She wants to see the changing of the guard and all that stuff. She wants to go to Madame Tussauds, the Wax Museum. She wants to go to Harrods, where I think they sell tigers in there. I don't know. Joe, How much time did it take between packet 3 and packet 4 from the embassy? I just received request packet 3 from the American embassy from my fiance's email. Joe, what country? Every embassy works at a different level of speed. Okay. Tell me which country. Oh, from the Armenian embassy. Okay, you mentioned it. There you go. I didn't read that part. The Armenian embassy. So you got your packet 3, packet 4. So now they're waiting for you to start processing. They want you to go in there, pay the visa fee, submit the DS-160, schedule the visa interview and the biometrics. So you should, if you receive the packet 3, packet 4, you can get to work on that right now. And how much time did it take between packet 3 and packet 4 in the embassy? For me, it was, it took me 11 days. It took me 11 days. And Aquarius is sending congratulations to Big Mitch. Juanita, I have questions about VAWA. Okay, no problem. As it applies to the K1 or any other type of visa, this is one of the things I find unjust with the U.S. immigration system. How on earth can a woman just submit a VAWA for any reason? Well, let me see. Let me answer this question the honest way. Okay, a woman will file a VAWA request against her sponsor once she gets to the United States. If she is basically in a fraud relationship and she just wants to get a green card, okay. But if the sponsor is a nasty, vicious human being that attacks the beneficiary and hurts her significantly, then and that woman, that young lady, gave up her apartment, gave up her job, gave up everything she had in her home country, and she's got nothing to go back to. Okay, she can use the VAWA as a way to stay in the United States and keep her green card and keep her security in this country. Okay, but there's a lot of people. I'm not saying, you know, there's a lot of people that do that. They use the VAWA. They get to America. They press charges against the sponsor. They call the police. The police come over. She files charges of domestic abuse. He's in trouble with the police. He did nothing wrong. He's totally innocent. And she gets to keep her green card. It happens every day. Okay? But the U.S. government also put in place a protection for that woman in case the sponsor turns out to be a nasty human being. Okay? So it's like a double-edged sword. Francois Livingston, look at that super chat. Francois. Francois. She says, thank you for your continued support. Francois, in a few more months, you'll get your NOA2 letter, and then we're going to get you to the next level. Okay, this is like it's like a Space Invaders game, like bing, bing, going level to level. But you're going to get it. You'll be good. You're good. Thank you for that. And Mackenzie, you answered your question. Karina's telling me how far down I got to go on this thing. And Juanita, I explained the reason, right, Juanita? There's some bad guys out there that will hurt their beneficiaries. Okay, beat them up, whatever. They belong in jail. But there's also a lot of bad women out there who use that process to keep their green card and file false charges against their husband. You know, but it's got to be in place. You got to have that in place. The U.S. government puts it in place to protect the lady, okay, from those bad people. Let me see. Lee Kakula, Monrovia, Liberia. Liberia, that's in Africa, West Coast, right? Bud Garcia, good evening, Diego and Karina from Washington State. Bud, now your beneficiary is in Thailand, right? She's in Thailand. That's for the folks who are new to the channel. And Larry Piercy, I could send more money, but my fiance is expensive. It's an expensive process. Needs walking around money. Walking around money. It's not cheap doing this K1 visa, okay? It's not. Juanita, I'm not saying VAWA is not true for all women. That's correct. But how is it that the man does not even find out if the woman filed it against him? Because the U.S. government wants to protect the lady from the bad guy. This makes no sense. Explain this to me, okay? So let's suppose in that, you know, the guy's a bad person and beats up on his wife, and she's afraid to file charges against him. What if she's scared to call the police? What if she's afraid to call immigration on this guy? So they give you an option to file the charges anonymously. Well, not anonymously, but in secret. That protects the woman from the bad guy, okay? But there's a lot of bad women out there that use it to get a green card, and then all of a sudden, the American citizen sponsor is banned from processing another K-1 visa. He's prohibited from getting a spousal visa. He gets put on a immigration watch list as a bad person, and it's a horrible thing. And then he's the one that has to prove it didn't happen. You know? It's just part of the risk in getting in processing this visa process. It's just part of the risk, okay? Karina, she got the paperwork on the VAWA in Spanish, and she read it. She knows what it is, okay? But she's not a bad person. She's my beautiful prometida, my beautiful wife now, not prometida, my wife, mi esposa. Juanita, any woman can fill out a VAWA and petition us. Life gets messed up for the future. Totally. He's banned forever unless he can prove otherwise. That's when you get an immigration attorney. That's when you got to bring in an immigration attorney. Okay, that's when they're good. You don't need an immigration attorney to file a K-1 visa, a spousal visa, green card. You don't. It's easy. U.S. citizenship. You know, you want to file for U.S. citizenship. You file Form N-400. You got to be 18 years or older. You got to be of good moral character. You got to be continued residency in the United States for 3 years or 5 years with maybe a vacation thrown in there. You know, you don't need an immigration attorney to do all this unless you got a problem. That's civil. Angel Tate, hi Diego and Karina, what's going on, Angel? And Larry Piercy, Marine Mentality. You're good. Don't worry about it. I want to see what you're doing with the green card. Okay, Larry, you hang out here with us. I'm going to file for Karina's green card in February, middle of February. I'm going to give it a month to get her name's put on the bills. And I want some of those bills to come in as evidence that she's here, living here. We're not going to bother with going to the, I don't know, I might go get a social security number, but I might just let immigration do that. Because if I go to Social Security and get her a Social Security number, it's going to be in her maiden name. She wants it in her last name, which is my name, which is Ross. So the Social Security Administration, if we let Homeland Security process our Social Security number, the Social Security card will come in with my last name on it, with her first name. If we go to the Social Security Administration and we do it ourselves, they may not let her use my last name. But we'll find out, okay? We will find out. And I put her on the title to the car. Karina is now a joint owner of our Rossmobile. All right, it's either or. So if something happens to me, she has the car. If something happens to her, I have the car. You know, I got a copy of the new title. I put her name on the title to the car. That title is going into the green card application. Immigration's going to see, oh, okay, Karina is joint owner of the family car. You know, like the family truckster from what? From Vacation, right? With Chevy Chase. She's the owner of the car. Immigration says, okay, this proves she lives at this house, sort of, but it definitely proves that we are commingling our funds together. So Larry, I will help you through the green card application. Marcus Rocha, how long after obtaining the green card can we apply for citizenship? 3 years from the date of your 2-year. So when you first get to the United States, you get your 2-year probationary green card. You look at the 2-year probationary green card, and on that probationary green card, there's an issue date. 3 years from the issue date is when you're eligible to apply for U.S. citizenship. But if you backtrack 3 months, you can apply 3 months before your 10-year green card expires. So this is the process for U.S. citizenship. You get your 2-year green card. After 2 years, actually 90 days before it expires, you apply, you lift the conditions on the probationary green card. 90 days before the 2-year green card expires, you apply for the 10-year green card. You get the 10-year green card. Then you wait a year, and then you can apply for U.S. citizenship. So it's a 3-year process. This only applies to beneficiaries who are married to American citizens. If you came to the United States on a visa other than a K-1 or spousal, you have to wait 5 years from the date you were issued your green card. Marry an American citizen, like Karina married me, I'm an American citizen. She's now Mrs. Ross. When her green card comes in the mail, hopefully we don't have to go to another visa interview, but the way I put this green card package together, she won't. We'll look at the issue date on her green card, and 3 years from that issue date is when we're going to apply for citizenship. That's assuming that Karina is speaking English and writing English, which she will. She got a degree in tax accounting. Learning English for her be basic. So Marcos, you got it. Marcos Rocha, do you understand what I just said? Marry a U.S. citizen, you got to wait 3 years from the issue date of the green card to apply for citizenship in the United States. Francois, again, thank you, Francois, for that wonderful super chat. You guys support this channel like you wouldn't believe. ECAS, I have two sponsors. You're allowed 2 sponsors. One is my fiance and another person. Okay. Both have filled out I-134s. That's correct. In 2 separate forms. That's correct. So is it the right way to do the joint sponsor? That's correct. Exactly right. Bud Garcia, yeah, we remember. Yeah, I remember your beneficiary. She's in Thailand, near Bangkok, I think. Mohammed Al-Saraji, hey Diego, do you know how long to get the green card after filing the adjustment of status? If you do it within 90 days, 3 to 5 months, 3 to 5 months. If you file for the green card after the 90 days, it could take 6, 8, 10 months, 11 months. Angel Tate, if beneficiary gets Social Security card, how is it they aren't allowed to work until they get the green card? Because a Social Security number isn't a work permit. Okay? Just because you got a Social Security number doesn't give you permission to get a job and work in the United States. That's what the green card is, or the EAD. You can apply for an employment authorization document, a work permit, and apply that with the Social Security number, then you can work. But Karina's just going to wait for her green card. We're not going to apply for an EAD. We're going to just wait for the green card. I mean, the employment authorization document is just a waste of time. You get the EAD, and then a few weeks later, you get the green card. So what's the point? And we're not going to apply for advanced parole because Karina doesn't go anywhere. We're going to go to Nevada. This summer, we're going to take a vacation, out west. But we're not going out of the country. So Angel, it's not confusing. A Social Security number is not a work permit. Okay. You got to wait for the green card and you apply that with the Social Security number. Then you can work. Ramon Galado, it feels like 5 degrees here in Yonkers, New York. Ooh, that's cold, man. That's cold. Oof. Ruth Raider, after the marriage, can you get their Social Security number? Yeah, you can get it before the marriage. You can go to the Social Security office with your I-94, a copy of your K-1 visa, a copy of the biographic page of your passport, plus your original passport, and apply for a Social Security number. You don't have to wait to get married, but if you do that, it's going to be in the Social Security number is going to come in under the maiden name, and it's going to be stamped all over it for work authorization only. If you apply for the Social Security number, okay, with the green card application on the form I think it's the 485, then the Social Security card will come in with the last name of the sponsor, not the maiden name of the beneficiary. Ramon is talking to Angel. Marcus is talking to me. Yes, Francois is talking to Larry. My fiance and I filed our K-1 visa application July of 2023. So Francois, you should be getting your NOA2 letter probably March, April 2024. Larry, I want to put a name on all the bills. I did. I put it in writing, though. I wrote a letter to an email. I sent an email to the trash company. I put a letter to the gas company. I put a letter to the water and sewer company, and I signed it. And that's evidence that I put it, and you put it in writing. You can make a phone call if you want, but immigration don't care about phone calls. You got to be able to prove it. And then when the bills come in with your beneficiary's name on it, then you got the evidence of, it's just a little bit of evidence, but it's strong evidence that you guys are together, putting the life together. You guys are married, you're putting your lives together. There's a lot of immigration fraud out there where the woman will come in or the man will come in, get married, and go live in another state, and he or she's paid the sponsor for the benefit. You got a lot of rich people, from some countries where they can just pay for the green card. Immigration is blocking all that. They're preventing all that. Okay, they prevent it by, number one, giving you a 2-year probationary green card, and number two, they want to prove that you guys are living together. And if immigration doesn't believe you guys are living together, they will come to your house, knock on your door, and say, "Hey, you guys living together?" Okay, it could happen. Or they'll go to your neighbor's house across this. They'll go to your neighbor over here, and your neighbor and knock on the door. "Hey, do you know if these people are married and living together? Do you talk to your neighbors?" It could happen. So Larry, put her name on everything. I'm quit claiming the home, her name on it. You can do that. That's the quickest way to do it. I will file for citizenship in 2.5 years in case anything happens to me. She's all covered. You can't file for citizenship in 2.5 years. You can file in 2 years and 9 months from the issue date on the green card. All right. If you file in 2 years and 6 months, your green card application will be rejected. It will be sent back to you, and you lost all your money. Then you got to redo it. Ruth Rada, another question, Diego. Once you get the green card, can my fiance and I go out of the country for vacation? You can. I don't recommend it. You can, but you can. You can do it, sure. Larry Piercy, where you located? I'm located in Santa Rosa County. That's where I'm at, Santa Rosa County, north of Navarre Beach, east of Pensacola. Andrew, what's up, Angel Tate? Adriana Sarango Nunez. Hey, Diego, so happy for you and Karina. Thank you.
Yes.
After we get married in the United States, how long does the beneficiary can't leave the United States? Well, if you file for advanced parole, you can get an advanced parole document, and that gives you permission to leave the United States on an advanced parole document. I don't recommend it. I've seen people with an advanced parole document go back, they get to the United States, they get married, they file for their green card, they file for advanced parole, they file for the EAD, they get their advanced parole, and then I think that she went to Peru on advanced parole, and they wouldn't let her back in the United States. The Border Patrol officer said, "Why did you leave? You've only been there for 5 months. Why did you leave so soon?" She said, "I had to go visit my grandma." He said, "Okay, well, that's a personal problem." And he blocked her from entering. She had to go to the embassy, U.S. Embassy in Peru, and to try to get permission to come back in the USA. It's a pain. Don't leave the country. Once you get here, get married and live here. Wait till you become a citizen, then travel. Wait till you get your 10-year green card, then travel. I'm just trying to help you guys. I'm just giving you fair advice. And advanced parole is a dangerous document. You could have a Border Patrol officer that loves you and lets you in the country on advanced parole, or you could have a Border Patrol officer who's a total jerk and won't let you back in. And it's at his discretion or her discretion. But you can travel on a green card. That's what I recommend. If you must leave the United States, travel on your green card. Wait till you get your 2-year green card. Let me see. Larry, just her name. Okay, 9 months. Okay, 2 and 9 months. 2 years and 9 months. 2 years and 9 months, you can apply for your citizenship. If you apply 2 years and 8 months, it will be rejected. Adriana Sarango Nunez. Oh, wow. So how long do we have to stay in the U.S.? For your whole life. Karina married me. right? Bless her heart. Her life is in the United States of America. She's going to become American. She wants to learn all about the United States. She wants to learn about the history of our country. She wants to learn about the electoral process. You know, she wants to learn about Republicans and Democrats. She wants to learn about conservatives. She wants to learn about apple pie and how to make cakes because she's an entrepreneur. She's in America. She's making her life here, and she's got no interest in going anywhere else. Maybe in 4 or 5 years, when she's a U.S. citizen and got a U.S. passport, we'll take a trip to Venezuela to go see her family, if I'm allowed to travel to Venezuela. Hopefully that communist dictator Maduro is no longer president, and he's been kicked out of office, and Venezuela is a free country again. Everybody in Venezuela that I know cannot stand Maduro. He's a dictator. He is a bad person. And if he's watching, okay, you know where I'm at. He's a bad person. But hopefully Karina's home country of origin, Venezuela, will be free. And then we can go there for vacation. We'll go visit for a month and go hang out. Karina wants to show me all the beaches in Venezuela, mucho playas in Venezuela. We can't wait. But her life is in the United States, not Colombia, not Venezuela. Let me see. If so, the question is, how long do we have to stay in the U.S.? You got to wait until you get your advance parole document, which could be 3 or 4 months, or your green card, which could be 3 or 4 months. Then you can travel. But I don't recommend you do. Don't do it. When you go for U.S. citizenship, they're going to see your travel history, and they're going to say, why did you leave America? You just got here. You got married, then you left. Why'd you do that? They might deny you U.S. citizenship because of that. You know, it's strict. It's very strict. Chris, okay, Adriana, thank you, Diego, no problem. Larry, you can go out of the country on a 2-year green card. Yes, you can. Chris and Emma, can you do 2 years and 11 months? Yes, you can. You can do 3 years if you want. You can wait 5 years if you want. You can wait 10 years. You can wait until your 10-year green card expires. Okay? But Karina wants to become American like within 2 years and 9 months. And she's going to do it. Okay? Then we can travel on a U.S. passport. No, she wants to go to England, Inglaterra. I'm going to take her to England. Okay? She can't wait. I've been there before. It's nice. It's a beautiful country. She wants to go, maybe I'll take her to Malta, take her to Egypt and see the pyramids. You know, go eat some of that great food in Kenya and Nigeria and Uganda. They make some of the great different kinds of foods we want to try. April Flower, my case is ready. Hi, Diego, my case is ready. Well, good. April, now, if your case is ready, you're going to be which country? Remind me which country. Larry Percy, better hurry, Karina. Our country is changing. Nah, Karina's good. In November, we have an election, right? In November, Karina knows we're having an election, and she knows the government's going to change in November. She knows the American people ain't going to put up with this, what they're putting up with right now. November, it's going to change. Mohammed Al-Saraji, I work as an independent contractor. That's good. And I have my own business for 2023, but now I still have my job, but not my business. What should I send as proof of income for the interview? Your tax returns, okay? Your 1040s. Tax transcripts, if you should be able to get your tax transcripts for 2022. For 2023, probably you won't be able to. It takes about 4 or 5 months before the IRS basically upload and populate your tax return where you can get a transcript. Your 1040, your W-2s, 1099s, pay stubs, if you've been paying yourself, or if you're an independent contractor, you know, you're like a real estate agent, they're independent contractors, okay? But you got to have more evidence than just a 1040. 1099, bank statements, pay stubs, proof of direct deposit into your bank, etc. April Flower, do we have to wait for the instruction packet from the Embassy of Abu Dhabi? That's right. or can we just schedule a medical exam and an interview? Abu Dhabi, go into, you should be able, if you have ready status, go into ustraveldocs.com and look for, that's in the United Arab Emirates, UAE, go down to UAE and see if you can start the visa process. Go into ustraveldocs.com, go into the country of the United Arab Emirates and see if you can get it started. Chris and Emil, don't do it with advanced parole. I don't recommend it. Don't travel on advanced parole. Don't do it. The U.S. immigration folks say, okay, here's an advanced parole document. You can travel without your green card. Just don't lose the document. But the Border Patrol officers have full authority to block you from re-entering the United States on advanced parole. They can say, no, we're not letting you back in. Have a nice day. It happened to a lady from Peru. Let me see. Larry Pissy, her folks are old. I asked, she's old. We're all getting old, man. You know, it took 2 years to get Karina here. And I lost 2 years of my life, and Karina lost 2 years of her life waiting for this immigration process. But we didn't really lose anything because we're here. We're together. Contigo, tú conmigo. Adriana, hi Diego, what if I go with my husband for a honeymoon out of the country? Don't do it. Can it be excused? No. Immigration don't care if you go on a honeymoon out of the country. They care that you enter the United States and you stay in the United States till you get your green card. That's what they care about. Okay? You know, don't do that. Come to the United States. We're going to go on your honeymoon in the United States. In USA somewhere. Larry, go to Barcelona, the best. I've been to Spain a few times. I've been to Cartagena, Spain, like twice. I've been to Rota, Spain. I've been to Spain 3 or 4 times. Let me see. And Adriana Nunes, agreed England is gorgeous. Yo, I can't wait to bring Karina to England. I want to take her to England for a vacation for 30 days. Catch the train from London to Portsmouth, get on one of them double-decker buses and travel across the south of England. Maybe go on a train to Scotland, jump on a train to Wales. But we're going to explore England, but not till she's Americanized. Larry Percy, is Karina a Republican? She's a conservative. She's conservative. There's a lot of bad Republicans out there. She's conservative. Mohammed, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, guys, throw some questions at me. Larry, we better start sending you walking around money. Well, you don't have to do that, Larry. This channel is all free, okay? It doesn't cost you a dime. It just costs you time to watch the information and learn from the channel. We put this together for free, okay? But we accept the super chats. You know, we love the super chats, you know. I can go buy Karina, you know, a big breakfast at McDonald's, which she likes, the big breakfast. She loves the breakfast platter at Hardee's. She loves going to Subway. She loves Mexican restaurants. We ate at El Paso's. So the super chats we use so I can go and feed Karina some of this good American food. The super chats in Colombia, we got a bunch in Colombia. We appreciate it. I took her to eat at Nene's Pizza, Viva la Pizza. Yeah, I took her all to these Colombian restaurants. And we had a blast. And Karina, you asked, is she a Republican? She's conservative, okay? Now, there's Republicans and Democrats, and I don't see any difference between the two of them right now. I don't see any difference between the two of them. The Republicans just approved a continuing resolution to keep spending and printing money. I mean, seriously, the Republicans control the Treasury Department right now. They control the money. And what are they doing to stop the inflation? Nothing. The Democrats are worse, you know. But anyway, it is what it is. We muddle through, right? Elections have consequences. Larry, you have the best steakhouse where you live, Texas Roadhouse. Yeah, Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse is one, you know, down the street. There's one down the street, and there's also one. I don't know whether, I think there's one in Pensacola. But yeah, you're right. Texas Roadhouse is close to us. Larry, I don't understand that question. But yeah. Okay, I don't see any more questions, guys. Do you have any more questions for me? This live stream is for you. Yeah, Trump all the way. Trump's not a Republican. Trump's not a Democrat. He's a businessman. Trump is an entrepreneur. Okay? Trump was a Democrat for like 12 years. He's been a Republican for like 12 years. You know, he played both sides of the fence and he couldn't find either side that was really any good. So I don't know why he just doesn't run as an independent, you know, but hey, Trump's a businessman. He's going to fix the country in January, starting January of 2025, in my opinion. Okay. In my opinion, I don't know if you like Trump or if you don't like Trump, but he's not a politician. He's not a politician. That's what I like about him. He's not a politician. He doesn't like politicians. You see how he treats the politicians, right? Boom. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. He's tough. You know, he built a business in New York City and he did good. So, Larry, my question is, I want to pay for schooling for green card. I don't want to fool around with these people. You want to pay for schooling for green card. What do you mean? There's no school to process green cards that I know of. I mean, how do you mean you want to pay for schooling for green card? I don't understand that. Oh, you want to pay me to help you process a green card? You don't have to do that. I've made videos on how to do that. Okay, if you don't do that, you know, you can send, if you want to send Karina a super chat so I can go get her a big breakfast at McDonald's, go do that. Send her a super chat, but don't pay me to help you with the green card. I'll help you for free. Number one, you're a veteran. You're a veteran. Number two, this channel is free. Okay? I could set up this channel where you have to pay to get my information. Google can, I mean, YouTube. Okay, YouTube can set me up and do that, but I'm not going to do it. So Larry, all you got to do is watch my videos, and they're really not my videos. They're your videos. Look for the video I made on adjustment of status for 2024. Watch the video. It tells you how to put a green card package together. I've made 3 videos on how to put a green card package together. 3. One is a year old, one is like 9 months old, and one is just a few weeks old. If you watch those videos, you'll know just as much as I do on how to process a green card. Okay? And it didn't cost you anything but time. Okay, guys, I'm hungry. Larry, disregard videos. Oh, you want to pay me directly? But I can't do that. I can't accept your money, man. Send a super chat. If you want to send super chats, okay? I'll help you. I'll help you do it. All right? It's not difficult to put a green card package together. It really isn't. It's not hard. And I'll help you do it. I'll pull you over the finish line. And if you live close by, maybe I'll meet up with you and go over it with you in person. If I do that, if you live close by, I'll do it. I'll meet up with you. You're a veteran. Okay? All right? Larry, listen to me. If you live close, I'm in Santa Rosa County. What county do you live in? If you live in a county close to me, Karina and I will come visit with you and I'll help you. So you were in Vietnam 68 to 69. Well, welcome home, Larry. Welcome home from Vietnam. We're glad we are blessed. Okay, you're in Escambia County. You're not far away. I'll help you in person. How about that? I'll help you in person. Sound like a deal? Sound like a plan? Okay. Time for us to eat, guys. Karina's hungry. Her tummy's growling. My tummy's growling. She's going to make chicken. You're in Airedale. I'm going to help you in person, Larry. You're close to me. You're about 30 minutes away, maybe an hour max. See you guys on, what's today? Saturday? Monday night, 6 p.m. live stream. And thanks for the super chats, guys. Texas, I almost ended the live stream, and Larry punched up the word Texas Roadhouse. Okay, Larry, you meet me at Texas Roadhouse with Karina Is there one in Pensacola? I don't know. Tell me on the next live stream what Texas Roadhouse you want to meet at, and we'll meet there, and I'll help you with the green card application. Ruth Sheku Dumbaya. Still can't find the interview date for Sierra, going on 2 months. You will get an interview, Sheku. You will. Keep looking. It could take another month. Ruth, last question for the day. Diego, can my fiance apply for a driver's license without a green card and only has an S social security number? You can in California, but the rest of the country, no. Every state in the union is going to need a green card and a social security number. Okay? Have a great day, and we will see you guys soon. And Larry, next live stream on Monday night. Tell me what Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse you want to meet at. The one here in Santa Rosa County? Okay. We'll meet at Texas Roadhouse in Santa Rosa County. Let's say let's say what day? Do you want to do it on the weekend where it's packed out of the kazoo, or do you want to meet during the week when it's probably possible to sit down and find a place to sit? Because it's popular. What day? Let's say next week, okay? Next video we'll decide. Okay, Larry. We'll see you Monday night.